We've got the band back together with these two. George Russell, Lando, Norris, welcome to the stage. We've stood up to make room for you. Let's start with you, Lando. Well done today. How was that?
How was it? It was a good day for us. As good as our days get, to be honest. But P6, fastest lap as well, which must mean I was the quickest driver out there today. But I'm happy. I think we've ended the season on a high. I gave the team a good amount of energy to go into the off-season, but we were close. We tried. Daniel in P9 as well. We just didn't quite have the magical race that we needed to get ahead of Alpine in the championship, but we finished where we deserved to finish.
Gave George a little bit of a race in the first corner, wasn't it?
I did. He was behind me for a few laps.
Yeah, he said he was going to do that.
Yeah. You know, not even a whole pit stop ahead of me either. You know, so we were.
You know, I wanted to pit, but I was going to come up behind you, and I didn't want. But I was worried you're going to defend. I don't want to be fast.
Yeah, I mean, we're close. It's been probably one of our best weekends in terms of actual pace to the leaders. So there's positives. I think the whole season has just been a lot of ups and downs. Sadly, not enough ups.
You're the best of the rest outside the top three teams.
I hate that saying, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know the way to say it.
Seven. Okay.
Just do better. It's easy.
Is that experience talking?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, it has been up and down. Why do you think that's been this year?
It's just our car. It's our characteristics of the car. It's like things we struggled with today when I have enough front. Like for me, it's front. All I need is front in my car. I don't need rear tires, but when I have front, we can be quick. You know, we can perform well. Like yesterday, today when I put on a set of new tires, we're very quick. But we just kill the tires within 5-6 laps, and as soon as we destroy the front tires, we're seconds off. We're half a second. We're 1 second off. So it's just the characteristic. What the car relies on too much. But we know all of this. We've known it. It's been something we've had for years, sadly. And it's our job to get rid of that for next season.
Okay, George, let's move it on to you. Obviously, the first mechanical retirement of the year for Mercedes with Lewis. So I should imagine with everything that's happened here in the past, he'll be on the first plane out of Abu Dhabi. But George, tell us about the season as a whole from Mercedes' perspective. We've just had Toto coming on, sending a message down the barrel to everybody at Brackley and Brixworth. But do you genuinely believe that next year there's going to be more race wins for the team?
Yeah, well, firstly, congrats to this guy. I think he's done a pretty excellent job this season, considering the car and knowing the car's been a step behind Alpine and finished ahead of both drivers. So
thanks, George.
Well done, mate.
At least you won a race, mate. Congrats on that too. I'm beating Lewis. Fair play, mate.
Do you want a room?
Sorry?
Come up when we leave you to it.
I've got one already.
Mate, we've got respect for one another, you know. We've got respect for one another.
Talk amongst yourselves.
It's 4th year. It's my first year beating Lando in F1, so yeah, no, I think for us as a team, this weekend was important because we obviously had such a high in Brazil, a high in Mexico, but it's clear that our car only performs in a really narrow window, and this was probably a little bit of a reality check for all of us that there's a lot of, here comes the main man. Are you joining us?
Yeah, come on, no, let's get them all the merry. As we said, we're trying to break a world record.
I might be that type of guy.
I've got, hang on, wait.
A guy that joins people on the stage.
Oh, look, he's even brought his band.
Wow.
Well done, that's got a round of applause.
Where's your
Need to grow more hair, though.
Is that Seb's?
I don't know.
I don't know who's it is. Sky Germany's giving it to me.
Interesting.
Seb, how's the day been?
You're that type of guy that can wear it, you know?
I can't wear it. Are you going to rock it?
That's the thing, no? That type of guy.
He's the George
yeah.
on his wrists,
George
his
Russell.
ankles. His
Yeah, I like it.
George, you said apparently you've got to go. I don't know if you
have to go.
Do you have to go?
Right.
Does he have to go? Okay, he's got to go. Okay.
When do you leave?
Tomorrow.
after the party.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you see tonight, guys.
He's going to be the DJ.
Are you DJ? Where are you DJing? DJ Norris in the house. All right.
I heard he did a bit of
See you in a
that.
bit, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Seb, it's a great pleasure to have you up here.
Hi, I didn't say hi. Sorry.
It's been a great pleasure to watch you over the years, and I know you've probably had 1,000 goodbyes over this weekend, and actually probably the second half of the season since you announced your retirement. But now, as you finish up, what are your immediate sentiments, and what are you looking forward to most from the next chapter?
Well, it's been a big weekend. It's been very busy. It's been a very special type of energy the whole weekend through. To be honest, I look forward to a drink right now. And just to get back to the team and just say thanks for still an amazing 2 years, obviously sporting-wise. Not much to mention, but nice, very nice group of people, and very grateful that I found another home after so many years at Ferrari. So that's the first couple of thoughts. But I want to get out of these wet clothes. So it might be very simple things, but also big thoughts. I've got all the family here, a lot of friends here, so look forward to just give them a hug and be with them.
Seb, we both retired, so we know what it's like. But the feeling I had was I wanted to kind of get away from Damon Hill, the racing driver. Do you think of yourself as are there two personalities? Is there Seb, the other person?
I think so. I mean, obviously, everything at its time, Obviously, Lando is here, and he's probably like, "What are these?"
He's thinking, "What are they talking about?"
It'll be me one day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I always felt that, there's obviously the racing side, which is a huge side of who I am, but then there is so much more. And I always, when I was back home, I felt that there's so many other things, and I think especially the last couple of years, I really understood the privilege that I have, the life that I was able to live through all these years, doing what I am doing, was doing, having the opportunity to reach out to so many people, having a voice, and trying to use that more and more. But certainly, yes, I look forward to lots of other things which might be very different to racing, have nothing to do with racing, and especially once it goes quiet, to see what it does to me. I think that's really something you are ahead, but just to see where that pushes me, because I see it's a big challenge and something to rediscover about myself.
Lando, just tell us what Seb has done for young drivers, and for, there's not many people that could get all 20 of you together for a dinner the other night. I know Lewis played a part in that. Apparently you paid, and it wasn't Lewis, as you were telling us yesterday, but what has he done for young drivers in this sport?
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
I think probably one of the most important things is nowadays, it's not so much about what you do on track, it's the off-track stuff, and that is just as important now in many ways. The influence we can have on youngsters, on the new audience that we have in Formula One. I may be a bit more shy than what Seb is and has been in Formula One, but I'll learn, and it's about speaking the truth, speaking about honesty and your opinions, standing for your opinions, and not just about racing things, but also a lot of the stuff that Seb has done. I guess some people have criticized it because Formula One is about racing in the end of the day, but at the same time, I think I'm lucky to have been able to race against Seb the last few years. 4-time world champion, one of the best drivers in Formula One ever. So things like that I feel honored to be part of. But also the off-track stuff, a lot that I've learned from Seb. I just need to learn to voice and just learn what voice I have, I guess, more importantly, the things I can speak out on. And I guess mental health has been one that I've done a lot of, but I can always do more, and there's plenty of other things for me to speak about, but that will come with time. So I thank Seb for all of that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that was one of the things that you pointed out, Seb, is that you do have voices as racing drivers, and I'm sure that's something that you'll want to be as much a part of your legacy as your racing legacy.
Well, I mean, it's other people who get to decide what a legacy is, but I don't think, you can try to actively have an influence on that, but I'm not sure it's really the way it should be. I think you should just be yourself, and there was one Jenson, there is one Lando, there was one version of me, one Damon, and as much as you have role models and you try to learn things here and there, you still have to find your own way. You have to find what works for you and stand up for the things that are important to you. I mean, it don't have to be the same for all of us. That would be a shame, because we're all different, and I think it's celebrating that diversity in many ways, and learning to speak up for it, because in the end of the day, it is a massive joy to drive these cars, to live that life, to have people working so hard for you day in, day out, to make your car, your day, your race just a little bit better. But with that, I think comes also a little bit of responsibility that you might not be aware of when you're young, and that's good. but you are able to grow with experience, with time, and yeah, try and give a little bit back. And it means the world to people to stand up for some of the things that are important to you and express your opinion.
Seb, thanks for everything. On behalf of everyone, really appreciate everything you've done for the sport. Thank you. You can say thanks as well. Thanks, Lando. Well done today. And we'll hopefully we'll see them again very shortly in the future, because he has played such a huge role, hasn't he, in the voice of Formula One drivers out there on every other subject, aside from the sport as well. He's been absolutely tremendous.